Hi, we are from Group 7. Today we want to present our group project. The topic is evaluating results from large language model. My name is Ko Jia-en and my group members Cao Hui-lin and Chai Xing-ting will present about our topic.
Our project target sample is higher education students between 18 and 26 years old in Malaysia, and they are active users of digital technology products. A non-probability sampling approach means that not everyone in the target population has an equal chance of being chosen. In our study, we adopt the convenience sampling, which is a sampling method that focuses more on ease of access of the respondents.
Here is our survey codebook. This codebook provides a detailed guide to the variables in our survey dataset. So, we can see from our question 1 until question 35, the variables are in ordinal. There are 6 options that can be chosen, that is, strongly disagree, disagree, somewhat agree, and strongly agree. And for question 36, it is in ratio, that is, the options never, rarely, sometimes, very often, and always. And for question 37, for the current education level is in ordinal, that is, we can choose matriculation, SLC, diploma, or degree. And for question 38 and 39, it is in string form, that we need to enter our academic program and the higher institution program the respondents are from. And for question 40, it is in nominal, that can be choose female or male. And for question 41, it is in nominal, that we can choose College of Arts and Science, College of Business, or College of Law, Government, International Studies. And the last question 42, we need to choose our age. It is in ordinal forms. So there are 3 options, that is 18 to 20, 21 to 23, 24 to 26.
Here is a screenshot of different platforms where we advertise our survey, and we use a messaging app, social media, and online community to reach more respondents. This helps us to collect diverse and reliable data for our project. Now comes the variables part. We have 4 independent variables and 1 dependent variable. First, we need to categorize the questions, then find the total value of that type, and calculate the average using the average function in Microsoft Excel. Here is an example of a table. After that, we can create a bar chart and a box plot after processing the obtained values, and calculate the mean and standard deviation for all variables.
There are 5 hypotheses in our project. Hypothesis 1, deontological norms positively correlates with moral intention. Hypothesis 2, perceived negative consequence positively correlates with moral intention. Hypothesis 3, perceived positive consequence positively correlates with moral intention. Hypothesis 4, deontological evaluation positively correlates with moral intention. And for hypothesis 5, ethical judgment positively correlates with moral intention.
Next is a simple linear regression. For hypothesis 1, the linear regression model is significant, rejecting the norm hypothesis because the p-value is less than equal to alpha value 0.05. This is the possible correlation between the tautological norm and the moral intentions. If a tautological norm increases, the moral intention to use the ChatGPT ethically will increase. Next is a hypothesis 2. For hypothesis 2, the linear regression model is significant, rejecting the norm hypothesis because the p-value is less than equal to alpha value 0.05. This is the possible correlation between perceived negative consequences and moral intentions. If a concern about the ChatGPT risk increase, then the moral intentions to use the ChatGPT increase. For hypothesis 3, the linear regression model is significant, rejecting the norm hypothesis because the p-value is less than equal to 0.05, and this is the possible correlation between perceived positive consequences and the moral intentions. If the perceived benefit of the ChatGPT increase, then the moral intention to use the ChatGPT increase. 4. The linear regression model is significant, rejecting the norm hypothesis because the p-value is less than equal to alpha value 0.05. This is the possible correlation between the technological evolution and the moral intentions. If a technology evolution increases, then the moral intention to use the ChatGPT will increase. For hypothesis 5, the linear regression model is significant, rejecting the norm hypothesis because the p-value is less than equal to alpha value 0.05, and this is the possible correlation between the ethical judgment and the moral intentions. If the ethical judgment against the ChatGPT use strengthen, the moral intention to use the ChatGPT ethical will increase.
Now is the part of multiple linear regression. In this part, we need to compare the p-values of all variables with the alpha value, that is 0.05. We can see that only the p-value of perceived positive consequences is less than the alpha value. Hence, we only accept this hypothesis. So, in conclusion, at the alpha level of 0.05, only perceived positive consequence is significantly positively correlated with the dependent variable moral intention. The other independent variables are not significant, so they do not provide evidence of affecting the dependent variable. We also achieve the purpose of understanding people's views about the large language model, such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and so on. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.